We all start somewhere. We start with the day. We start with him. We start with family. We start with a lesson. And the perfect wave. We start here and here. We start at your office and your home. We start with the connections that matter the most, the ones that move us, change us, inspire us. In an ever-expanding world, personal connections are what tie everything together, what ties us together. We all start somewhere. At GTA, we start with you.
Buenas and Hafa Guam. We are here live at the UOG Esports Arena. And we're going to be talking about some League of Legends. And I am here, Damon Michael Borja. You guys know me, the Memen, along with the most veteran of veteran co-casters on the UOG League of Legends scene, Mr. Arc Pulse himself.
How's it going, brother?
Welcome to the first stream, man.
Dude, it's been such a long time being on the UOG Triton Esports stream. So I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be hopping in. It's been a while since I've played some League of Legends, but I'm always hyped for some good League of Legends gameplay. And I'm hyped for the tournament. So
definitely
take it away, man.
You know, like it's been what, almost 2-3 years since the very first time UOG ever streamed, or well, not even under UOG, but Laddie Esports in general.
Right.
Has streamed the League of Legends tournament. So it's very exciting to get back into the game. And I just want to let you guys know what the tournament is going to be looking like. So the tournament is going to be looking like a weekly activity on every Saturday at 2 p.m. We are going to have a best of 3 being live streamed between the 6 different teams that have entered in. For today's game, we have UOG T2 versus UOG Baba Ducks. We're looking at some of the athletes that are here at UOG who have been putting their time and effort into practice under the coaches of Juju, Rylan, and Tristan, all teaching them how to learn this game. Are you excited, man?
Dude, I'm super excited. These are brand new, fresh of teams. So I have no clue what we're getting into, but I'm excited. I'm hyped.
Definitely. You will not know any of these players. I've been with this team, different teams for about maybe 2-3 months now, and not a single one of them you probably would ever recall, because these are fresh faces. These are the newest League of Legends players.
Right, and I know that the UOG Triton Esports did bring in a lot of athletes. So, hey, man, I'm up for seeing new, fresh faces to the scene, and I want to see some more. So.
Definitely, but you know what? This stream would not be possible without our sponsors, GTA, Global Recycling Center, Pacific Federal Management, NACE Esports, Pacific Data Systems, MacTech Guam, Twitch, Laddie Esports, the UOG Endowment Foundation, UOG Triton Store, Heavy Hitters, and the Micronesia Brokers Incorporated.
Yeah, shout out to them. They really did contribute a lot, so thank you guys so much for making it possible.
Thank you, everyone. And I think we have the games ready to go. The first game, like I said, we're going to be looking at the UOG T2, which is the competitive team arc. Okay. This is the main roster, basically,
right,
that UOG has. I don't want to say the best players, but just in general, this is the 5 that said, hey, I want to take this seriously.
Right.
Put me on the competitive team.
Sounds good.
Versus UOG Baba Ducks, which is one of our recreational teams.
Okay.
These are the guys that are weren't really they're testing the waters. They're trying to learn the game. They're trying to see if this is really something they want to invest their time into. And I think that they have a lot of potential to actually do great things.
Right. So it seems to me we got some rookie gameplay, but then also the ones that are already experienced in terms of a competitive setting. But I'm not playing any favorites here. I'm excited to see how does a recreational team compared to a competitive team, and see if there's going to be some sort of huge disparity, maybe surprises that we're not going to be seeing or expecting. So, yeah, I'm excited.
Definitely. I've been actually kind of coaching both sides of the team. I've been learning every single one of their play styles. I've been just working with them individually and as a team. and I'm very excited to be able to provide UOG possibly a really good game for the Stream 1.
Sounds great.
But, enough about them. I want to know about you more about you, Art. Tell us about your League of Legends career.
Dude, my League of Legends career has stopped like a long while ago. It's been like dude, I think I last said our last season I remember was like season 10 or something.
Oh
like
man, that was
Dude,
years ago.
We're on like what? Are we on like 14?
14.
We're on 14. I have not been playing for that long, but I do keep up every now and then. Keep up with the new changes. I always watch the new cinematics, especially when they enter into preseason. If you guys don't know, my favorite champ is Jhin. So
definitely. I'm as an ADC main. I know you and I both love our Jhin.
Right.
He's a great person in the bot lane.
Yes.
Can't go wrong with a 4-shot to the face.
Exactly. but it looks like we're about to get started with the draft. So
definitely.
Dude, enough about me. Let's get on to the draft. Let's go see what they have chosen for their teams.
And again, so it looks like from what we are seeing right now, the UOG T2 has decided to pick blue side. There was a coin toss that was first officiated to allow us to know which winning team of the coin toss would pick which side.
Right.
We're going to go ahead and go into the first ban phases. And I'm very excited to see because, we were talking off stream. We were talking about what the current meta looks like.
Right.
But realistically, like Guam has its own meta.
Yes, most definitely. Like there's some things that I'm pretty sure a lot of teams, like whether it be in the LCS or the LCK, there's a lot of like champs, meta champs that they do play. But here on the Guam scene, we have our own meta. We have specific champs that we are skilled at playing, that we're good at doing. So I think at this point it's really just player favorite.
No, definitely. From what I know, especially because it's like a lag issue. We play on 180 ping. That is very difficult to play these like high APM champions like Aurelia to like a T to actually get the best of their abilities. And as we get into the very first big picks and bans, the first ban we do see is Orianna, a stable mage in the mid lane, blindable, able to be played with any team comp realistically.
Right.
And then from what we see on UOG Baba Ducks is we see the Darius ban. Now, I don't know. I know you don't know the players on the UOG comp team.
Right, right.
But the UOG competitive team has an actual Korean Masters player.
Really?
Yes. So
wow.
In Korea, he is a Masters ranked player.
That's insane.
And he is a Darius main.
I see.
He's an OTP Darius player.
Okay.
So
I see.
I gave him one of my accounts so that he can play in NA a little bit.
Right.
So that he can, not have to make a new account and level up to 30 because that's like whatever. That's boring. So he has put in like almost 200 games on Darius.
Jesus, that's insane.
Since the beginning of the season.
Right.
He loves that champion. And Aatrox is another one of his champions that he also plays.
Right.
This guy is very skilled at these bruisers that want to bully the lane and really push you off your tempo.
Yeah, and as we can see so far, I mean, we do see on UOG Team 2, we do see some bans, a little bit more of the mid bans, including Teemo. I mean, Teemo can be played mid sometimes. I don't know about this meta, but, maybe they just don't like to deal with Teemo top, I guess, on their side. But we do also have the first pick on UOG Team 2. It's going to be picking up the Yone. As far as I know, whenever I've seen Yone has just been strong as heck. It doesn't matter what season it is, I feel like he's still a strong competitor regardless of what season it is. Is that true for this season?
Definitely. I would say Yone is one of those like top tier picks, but it's a top tier in the right hands. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I can't play Yone.
Yeah.
I definitely, unless it's TFT.
Yeah, dude, same, exactly. You just spam it in this latest set. But,
yeah,
we also got...
but Yone, like I was saying, like, Yone is one of those champions. If you know,
right.
you know.
Yeah,
you're good at it.
Sure.
And for the UOG competitive team, their mid laner, Jakey, is actually a Yasuo Yone type of player. He loves the spin blade brothers. Like, he's actually really proficient at it.
I see.
And so him first picking that says comfort to me.
Okay.
Now, when we go to the side of UOG Babaducks, we do see that they picked up the Sivir and Cho'Gath.
Right.
Interesting competitive champions. Sivir, you don't see a lot of Sivir currently in the meta, mainly because she's a utility AD, and right now it's like hyper-scaling type of vibes. Like,
I see.
But she with the IE and the crit changes that they just put into this new patch, this champion actually might be pretty viable in the current season.
Right.
Or current patch, I mean.
Right. I mean, like the one thing that's very good about Sivir, I mean, she does have her spell shield to counter. She is a team player. She does have to move around with her team, so that means that we do have her ultimate that does actually speed up everybody around her. And then, it's just kind of hard to get in, especially if you're trying to dive her. She has that wave clear going on, right? She has that strong wave clear, and it's kind of just hard to kind of push turrets. It'll be a little bit tough, but on the opposite side for UOG Team 2, we do have a more of an aggressive bot lane. We do have the Kai'Sa, we do have the Nautilus, hard engage, easy to go in, just do all that damage and pop. But I guess they do have a little bit of that counter with Renata, because she does have the ult to turn the ADC against their other team or anybody who's actually infused in the fog. So it could really be, I guess, more on how they play it out, because it feels like on UOG Babaducks, bot lane's a little bit more on the safe side. We're looking more on a lot more aggression on UOG Team 2.
No, I definitely agree with you. And actually, I kind of want to let you know, like the Kai'Sa Nautilus lane, it kind of has fallen off a little bit away from that early game that it used to be.
Interesting.
Yeah, like with the new item changes, without like the mythic items that they used to have, there's not that much upfront loaded power like it used to have.
I see.
But now, nowadays, I don't know if you've ever seen the 4 different Kai'Sa builds. Kai'Sa is one of those champions. Like it's the only. Well, actually, there's various too, but Kai'Sa is the only champion right now that has like 4 different builds going on with it.
Right. I believe it's like the variance between like some AP, AD scaling.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think as far as I know, I'm not sure. I forgot in terms of like the level up. Is it just because like, whatever is more cost effective and then also at the same time what is good for the team, right?
Yep, definitely.
Like to counter. So she's a lot of variance there, a lot of like flexibility. To counter the teams.
Definitely.
But like looking at whatever remaining bans we have do have the Pantheon ban, and we have Poppy ban on the side of Team 2, and then the UOG Babaducks with Lee Sin and Zinzao. What do you think about that?
Definitely the side of UOG T2, their jungler Maui is very proficient at this early game like scrappy junglers. So so being able to target Maui's Lee Sin and Xin Zhao, that just means they do not want to see them messing up lanes.
I see.
But this is a crazy thing. We now see the Yasuo that has been picked up for the side of UOG T2. So what that means is they're interesting. Wow, Diana, Yasuo for the jungle mid, and Yone for the top lane. This is the very first time that Ethan, their top laner, the Masters Korean player that I was talking about, has ever busted out a Yone on stream.
I see.
So this is a very interesting draft because now we don't even know where we didn't know that the Yone was going top lane. It is a Jakey special, their mid laner.
Right.
I love that draft. That screams comfort to me.
It does.
It really does. And as we saw on the side of Babaducks, they were able to pick up the last pick, which was Rammus, to counter those ADCs.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like it's going to be a hard matchup in terms of like being able to counter most of the damage that Team 2 is going to be able to deal out. But with all of those people who could just go in, it's kind of like who do you
kill first?
Yeah, like what does it matter if there's a Rammus if you have people who can just go to your backline, right? So there's going to be a lot of positioning that I feel like is going to be very important, especially when it comes to the team fights, because you do have multiple ways of knockup. You got the Nautilus ultimate, you got the Diana ultimate, and then you also have Yasuo's Q as well, right? So a lot of things to help proc Yasuo getting in for his ultimate, or even the sealed fate, right? The engage by Yon just going all the way into the back line. Dude, it looks like hard engage from here at this point, but I'm excited to see how it pans out for the Babadukes. Babaducks.
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 Yeah. Definitely, this is a very interesting draft from T2. I've been watching them play since January of this year, and they were really testing the limits of the different types of champion pools that they have.
Yes.
And they've really only shown us one complete style, which is this like very siege heavy comp. They like playing the long range and just like getting these picks and really like forcing team fights in a way that pushes them off objectives.
I see.
So seeing them play Kai'Sa Nautilus with Yone, Yasuo, and Diana,
right,
it totally flipped the script.
Right.
It definitely flipped the script. And on the side of Babaducks, I got to give them credit. They had a really good draft too.
Yeah.
I thought watching them pick up the Renata with Sivir
Right.
means that they do not want the bot lane to steamroll them. They are really looking to play that very safe game and making sure that Ryu and Aiden or Itchy and Willow,
Right.
the bot lane of UOG T2, do not take over this game.
Right. It feels like on the side of Team Babaducks, it's just definitely like more of a scaling game, more of like a push for some objectives. And, you know, if the opportunity does arise, we do have those engages where they can actually maybe like look for some ganks.
Yep.
Right. Maybe just more of a numbers battle here, right, to kind of like surprise the enemy team. But other than that, overwhelming power, right, versus, you know, some strategic meta gameplay or macro gameplay. There we go.
Definitely, and I'm very excited to see how both teams are going to come into this game.
Right.
You know, like especially it being a competitive versus recreational team.
Yes.
You can really see the clear-cut difference in what both teams have been practicing.
Right.
The rec team have been wanting to work on that team play, that team fights, and that's what they got. They have a team fighting comp.
Right.
I mean, I guess you can also say that for the Yasuo and the Diana, but that's more of like they're looking to play skirmishing.
Yes.
They want to
are.
fight those 2v2s, the 2v3s, etc.
Right.
And I'm very excited for this.
Right. So I feel like we are still in a sort of spectator's delay. We're just kind of like waiting for the time to wind down. But overall, I'm excited for the draft. I'm excited for the game, and this is going to be game 1 for the UOG tournament. Are you excited?
I'm definitely excited to see the different teams that are going to be playing in this tournament. Like I said, we have 6 teams that have been identified and signed up. 3 of them being UOG and 3 of them actually being from outside leagues that got together with their friends.
Nice.
And it's really amazing to see that we still have this community that want to play the game. Right. So now currently we are going to get into the pick and bans more on the from the tournament side. We're still going to have about maybe 3 minutes worth of spectator delay.
I see.
But you know, while we're waiting, Art, let's talk a little bit more about like your career as a caster. Like, again, you've been one of the most veteran casters. I think you were the very first, including Admin Extrader.
Right.
Like, you guys started this whole casting thing for UOG and Laddie Esports in general.
Right. I feel like in terms of like the history of like the casting career, I think that it's just more on like, you know, at the time it was something that we were doing, we were playing, we were enjoying, and we just wanted to contribute more, right? Contribute more to the scene, and we thought that it would be amazing to just chime in, give our inputs to what is going on in terms of like especially tournaments and especially for the growth of esports. So I think that whenever we did do our casting, we just had fun with it, man. We just had had a fun time, and just wanted to see, always looking forward to great gameplay. And even now, as we still go through the draft, I mean, the thing that's actually great to me is that I do actually recognize some people.
Really?
I do recognize a few members here. I guess I haven't been out of the game for too long, so luckily I'm like, so for example, I've seen, you know, back when Maui first started, I've seen Maui. I've seen when Crimson Comet also as well came into the UOG team, tried out as well. So those ones I'm familiar with. Same with Jakey. So
Really?
yeah. So
I didn't know you knew Jakey.
yeah. So back in the day, you know, back in the day.
Let's rewind a few years.
Rewinding a few years. You know, I have my cane now, but you know, we've been
I'm joining you there soon.
Yes. So we've been it's good to see some familiar faces. I don't see I can't see the names on the other team for the Babaducks. So I'm excited to see who is familiar to me. But overall, just going back to your question, yes, going through the streaming career, I mean, being a streamer myself and then also being able to cast for games, always just has been a lot of fun for me. So I always like to try and bring in the fun, and and I think the most key word here that I'm gonna say to everybody here is that yes, I am excited. That's all. That's my go-to word. Key word for today. Spell it. It's excited. Yep.
Excited. Let's do it. Yeah, like I said, you know, this being the very first League of Legends tournament coming back into the scene, and being able to actually bring back the community with the whole streaming and just watching new faces play, it's actually like the keyword said, exciting.
Right.
And I definitely really hope that for future tournaments we get a little bit more participation. I mean, 6 teams is great though.
Yes.
No, don't get me wrong. That's a lot of people actually still excited for the game. But I mean, I hope that when this tournament finishes, more people will get even more excited. More participation may come out to the point where we have like 12 teams. I don't know if you knew this, but the peak of the League of Legends scene had 13 teams in a tournament.
Wow.
13. That's a lot of people.
I see.
But before we get into the game, I just want to let you guys know that we will be going into a quick 2-minute ad break. So don't go back. While we are gone,
Grab a snack.
grab a snack.
Grab a snack. Enjoy. Go to the restroom. You know, because we're gonna be experiencing some great team fights. Hopefully to see some great gameplay. So stick around, and we'll be back after this ad.
And we are back. And again, we want to thank the main people that are helping us provide this stream for you guys. GTA, Global Recycling Center, Pacific Federal Management, NACE Esports, Pacific Data Systems, MacTech, Twitch, UOG Endowment Foundation, Laddie Esports, the University of Guam Triton Store, Heavy Hitters, and the Micronesia Brokers Incorporated.
Yes. Shout out to them once again. Thank you guys for supporting the stream. For everybody who's out there watching, it really means a lot to have you guys come in. So yeah, let's just hop right in. I believe we're about to get started in just a few more seconds.
Oh yes, man.
So we finally get to see some gameplay. All right.
I'm so excited. This is the very first game. I mean, we have been streaming scrims, but that's not the same, you know. Tournament mode is tournament mode.
Yep.
And these kids, these players, these athletes, they're locked in.
Dude, they are locked in. Things are on the line here. I believe it's is it $500?
So actually, it's now increased to about $600.
$600 on the line.
Yep, $600. Not even including like the small little gifts and knickknacks that we are able to get from other sponsors as well. So it's like these athletes are playing for almost thousands of dollars worth of stuff.
I see. So we are getting into the game. We have loaded in. Unfortunately for me, these are some fresh faces. Actually, I would say it's fortunate for me. Fresh faces on Team Baba Ducks. I'm not familiar with them as much. So if I do butcher their names, my bad. But I'm excited, dude. Even looking at the Cho'Gath
oh my God.
new skin,
He got the toy Cho'Gath.
He got toy Cho'Gath, but oh my gosh, already looking into an invade. We got Crimson Comet leading the way every day to Yoda. Oh, there it is. There's
and
the
hook.
And there's, not even.
Wait,
wow.
Are they going to get the flash?
Wow.
Get the kill?
Oh,
they don't get the kill.
Wow. And not even wasting. Wait, actually did waste just a barrier, but did not waste the flash. Honestly, wow.
Wow.
That was some break.
Oh, wait,
Whoa,
there was a flash.
Wait, we did see a flash?
Maui being a little ambitious there, trying to get that final hit onto the Renata.
Yep. As we do also see, as they're kind of navigating back, we do also see Crimson Comet. He was just kind of chilling there, waiting to go in onto the Renata, but Immortal going to be able to back there, as I believe it's going to be red start for both. Or actually, Ram is going to be starting on Raptors.
Yeah, so with the current season, like a lot of these junglers, they have the ability to no longer really need that leash.
Really?
That leash, it's not very important, and sometimes it can actually hinder the clears now.
Really?
Yeah, so like for instance, you see Maui Diana here is clearing the wolves. So what this clear is for these junglers that have very fast clears. It's called the grub clear. So
Okay.
I mean, I know you haven't really played the game very often, but I mean, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with some of the new things that they added in season 14.
Yes.
So grubs, that is the newest edition of monsters.
Right.
And basically, they spawn at 5 minutes. There's 3 of them, and if you were able to collect 3 to 6, you can get basically all this extra turret pushing power.
Oh, okay. I thought it was also stats. Am I right with that? Do they give some bonus stats?
Not necessarily in fighting, but only for the turret taking.
I see.
It does more damage to turrets, but if you're able to get 6, you get these little void grubs that come out and help push turrets with you when you hit turrets. So it's
gotcha.
mainly a sieging thing.
I see.
But yeah, so what Maui is doing, he's doing what's called the grub clear, where you kind of just don't take, you start wolves and you clear all of your red side, then you back, go up and re-clear everything that you haven't taken, and you will be at grubs by 5 minutes.
I see.
At the exact spawn timer. So if you do this correctly, like you are just max efficient on your clear.
I see. And it looks like Yaxter kind of getting a little bit low here. Jakey showing his prowess on the Yasuo, the Nightbringer Yasuo skin, by the way. And also, it's just, yeah, it looks like a lot of like just farming for the junglers at this point in time. We're just, everybody's just sticking to their lanes, doing their business. And yeah, that's all we got so far.
Definitely. And, you know, I forgot to mention this because I didn't even realize until we started the game. But the UOG T2 actually has a sub right now being played.
Oh.
Yeah, so Crimson Comet is not the main roster support for this team.
I see.
So it looks like their main support, Itchy, is just not playing today. I'm not too sure why. Maybe having some computer issues. I know a lot of them were having computer issues. So this is basically a team that's never played together almost.
Oh, I see.
And like as we see it currently in the game, we do see that the Yone and the Yasuo are bullying these melee bruisers.
Right.
Nothing like out of the ordinary. I feel like this is something that is just gonna happen when you pick these champions. They're gonna bully you out of lane.
Yes. I mean, looking at the matchups right now, I mean, like what you mentioned in terms of like, it is the competitive versus the recreational. And you can kind of see it right here. I mean, as far as the Curse one, doing a little bit more damage towards Jarkoons. So he's having, oh, there's a little bit of the engage, a little bit of poke there. Not really an engage. Crimson Comet taking a few damage right there, but just going to walk it off, as well as going back into the mid lane. Yaxter taking a little bit too much right there. And Jakey just playing the lane as much as he can. While Yaxter just, yeah, taking some damage, but just counter-attacking as much. Oh, there's the engage. We do see Biba Michael coming in, getting the taunt off. But Yaxter not able to do much because I did see that he used his spells on the minions. There's the engage by Maui. There's a little bit of a engage, also a counter-engage. And, oh, look, getting a little bit low here for both. Actually, more on the side of Baba Ducks. Biba Michael really limit testing here. And they're just going to walk it off.
Wow.
Jesus.
Both mid jungles really scrapping it out in this very first game. Seeing the Rammus and the Cho'Gath really kind of work together on trying to take these skirmishing fights against a 2v2 that really should be out skirmishing them.
Right.
I don't know. I really saw that skin. I guess on the toy Cho'Gath, kind of buggy, looked weird, but it looked like Jakey should have gotten hit by a Q by Cho'Gath there. I saw the outline. I don't know if you saw it, but it looked really weird.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure if that Q landed, I think Jakey dies there. To be quite honest with you, that damage from Cho'Gath Q is actually super surprising.
Right. It would have been a lot of damage. I mean, they were all both getting low. I do think that the UOG team too did have the upper hand there, but it could have been turned around, I'm pretty sure. And we did also see that the grubs were taken, the grubs that you mentioned.
Yeah.
So that is going to be some pushing power for UOG Team 2. And we get a first
Oh,
blood from
first blood
going
off
to
screen.
Willow, going to be taking out Immortal. I guess he wasn't Immortal down there, unfortunately.
Yeah, it looks like Crimson Comet may have found the Toyota Honda Civic hitbox of that anchor. We all know
We
the
do
Nautilus Q
Uh-huh.
and how crazy of a hitbox it has. So he did happen to get a massive hook onto Immortal, blowing his flash and getting the first blood.
Right. It is a large hitbox. And now we're actually focusing up here. Ooh, Curse One getting Jarkun's quite low as he's trying to recover his health. They both have their ultimates, though. The ultimates are ready and available. Let's see if there's going to be some sort of commitment here. No, not just a little bit of poke because it is under turret. And I do believe that Dragon is up, so I'm wondering if there's going to be some sort of attempt from any of the teams here to try and go for that.
Definitely, if there was a team that I think has the current push power, it is the side of UOG T2. They currently should be able to look for this Dragon, knowing that they burned both mid, jungle, and support splash in the last few minutes.
Right.
It's something that they can look their eyes upon.
Right. And the one thing, though, that I am seeing is that we do see Biba Michael. He's kind of hovering towards that Dragon. He did get that ward in, and he was looking to, I guess he's trying to go and engage on mid lane right now. I believe that Yasuo still does his flash. Jakey does have his flash. Gonna get the taunt, but I don't think this is a great idea. There's the ult. It's gonna go in. And Jakey with the kill as Biba Michael is gonna have to slowly walk in. Oh, the finish by Maui.
Oh man, Jakey, they're able to get that final last breath off of the Q from the Yasuo. It clipped Cho'Gath at the very max range.
Yep.
Just making an amazing good play. And then you can also see his prowess on Yasuo actually committing to a flash Q an EQ forward and flashing out before the turret could kill him. Like, that just shows how much he's played this champion, and he feels so confident in game 1 today.
Yep. There's a lot of comfort here as looking up right now, it is 3-0 right now in terms of kills. Hopefully, the Babadook will surprise us. Maybe we can get some sort of surprise kill. Maybe we can get a gank somewhere else. Because so far, I think we've just seen it more towards the mid lane focus. And once again, like I mentioned, Dragon has been up. The lane for bot lane has been pushed in towards UOG Team 2. But, man, there's a lot of pushing up here against the Curse One. But, hey, like I mentioned, there's Biba Michael. He's in the bushes. Curse One doesn't know that just yet. He's probably just going to be waiting for the right opportunity.
Definitely, I think this is a great gank opportunity. They're going to go ahead again. Rammus is going in for the Q. Mordekaiser is looking to possibly get this kill. Gets the pull back onto the Curse One, gets taunted, and all the damage. It looks like they're really not doing much because these are 2 tanks that don't really have that much damage. And the Curse One looks like he's going to get scot-free out, but he's going back in. Maybe get a few more. Just being a little... Just showing us a little damage there, saying like, hey, I'm out, but I'll scrap a little bit more.
Yep, and he doesn't even have to use any of those summoners. He keeps his flash. Wow, the long range hook. There's the knock up Yaxter. Oh man, he's yakking out of there.
Yaxter getting caught yakking in the mid lane right there. And again, Honda Civic hitbox.
It is.
That champion is disgusting when it comes to getting those hooks out.
It is very disgusting. As Team 2 is going to be going for the grubs. And as you mentioned, if they're going to get all 6 grubs, that's a lot of pushing power. And I believe they have a little bit of... You did say that they have some void grubs actually going to be following them towards when they attack turrets. Is that what it is?
Correct. So now they do have the full 6 grubs. Which, especially for these lanes with like the Yasuo Yone, who are going to be in the side lanes, and they have this dominant, like they're just ahead right now. They might be able to get so much pushing power to where maybe they get all the turret plates.
Right.
We still have about 5 more minutes until turret plates do shut down. But I feel like with this 6 grubs, both Jakey and the Cursed One are going to be able to get the most out of that objective for sure.
Wow.
And off screen, looks like Dragon was taken too.
Yep, it was taken. They did get also the Chemtech Drake. So that's going to be also, I think, is it like some damage over time, or is it?
So the way that they kind of like change. Oh, but
wait.
Before we get into that, we do see Nautilus starting off with the Riptide going in. The Nautilus getting the Q. Willow trying to get as much damage as possible. It looks like. There it is. That's Sivir and Renata, safe lane, being able to disengage and get away from that all-in that UOG T2 had.
Yeah, but I honestly, I'm not really. I'm kind of fearing a little bit on the team Babaducks there. They are getting a little bit low, and Yaxter, oh man, still taking a lot of damage because of the level disparity. I'm pretty sure the items too are actually getting pretty out of hand here. As we can see, we do have Maui picked up the Lich Bane, and Yasuo with the Kraken Slayer, but wow. Crimson Comet going to be getting a kill in bot lane. Just like I was mentioning, fearing the bot lane, they're still staying underneath that turret. They are, like, they have had their health be chunked out, but Crimson Comet looking to also invade in the red side jungle.
Definitely. You know, the UOG T2, they have so much tempo, so much kills under their belt. They're so fed. It's currently a 5K gold lead, excuse me. And so they're able to do these kinds of things where they have vision of their the jungler. They're able to go in because all lanes are being pushed in. And it's just showing how much macro difference the competitive versus the recreational team has right now.
That's true. So far, the thing that's very interesting, though, is that technically I feel like most of the lanes, it really goes back to the whole top is an island. It's just been mostly a lot of impact towards the mid lane, especially the mid lane, and then we do have some impact coming in from the bottom lane. They are growing in power. However, I feel like in terms of the both top laners, they're just doing their own thing. They're chilling, they're scaling, and but a lot of the objectives definitely being claimed by UOG Team 2.
Definitely. You know, like the top lane island thing has been a massive part of the game, but especially with the new map design that Season 14 brings, with these introductions of these new walls, like this wall right here that we see here on the red side, it really makes it hard to gank these side lanes because there's just so much space and so little different. Like you have to get creative with how your gank opportunities are, and you have to make sure that you have vision. And the enemy team doesn't. It really comes down. But before we even get into that, we do see another gank into the mid lane. Rammus is starting to charge up with this Q, but Maui is here for the re-engage. Maui does get the kill onto Jakey here. Both teams using both their ultimates, and it looks like Viva Michael is going to get out. UOG T2 taking number kill in mid lane.
Dude, it's just that Maui was there at the right place and at the right time. And I believe we still do have Rift Herald, and it's going to be spawning quite soon. Oh, look at the items, man. The item differences. We got the Kraken Slayer up. We got the Eclipse up on Kaisa as well. And, dude, they're still working on some items on Babaducks.
Definitely. It looks like Rammus is the only person on Babaducks that hasn't actually completed up. As soon as I say that, a Kraken Slayer was just picked up for the Sivir, but it looks like Immortal is going to get dove down here in bot lane. Crimson is taking as much turrets as possible, but they're still not going to be able to get him. But they finally got him. But here's Viva Michael.
Viva Michael, there's a shutdown.
Viva Michael getting the first kill for the side of Babaducks.
But we're going to go into an engage. Viva Michael. Well, that's the... I was about to say Viva to Michael, but unfortunately he did get killed there by Willow being able to engage. And then I do believe they also have the Rift Herald. It has been taken, and Air Drake is now up for the taking.
Definitely. Well played by the side of UOG T2 to establish that dominant dive in bot lane. Immortal being caught under turret by himself. Smiling was a little bit far away, so he was unable to assist his support. I think he probably got chunked out and had to take a reset. But, hey, Immortal was able to withstand that dive for so long, but as soon as I say that, the Nautilus and the Viva Michael are getting caught right here. Now he's going to go win. Viva Michael does ulti forward, but Cho'Gath Yaxter getting the Q to save his jungler.
Yeah, and dude, so we do also have the bounties are up, so that is a way for UOG Babaducks to come back in. But man, looking at all those item differences, in the differences in power, it's going to be a hard uphill battle for UOG Babaducks. I like to say that it's more on trying to find out more on what lanes may be gankable at this point. I mean, they did try to do the top lane. I feel like that would be an attempt worth trying once again because we do have a little bit of a pause.
Oh,
but no, just kidding.
Everything's good to go. It was just a little lag issue. Sorry about that, guys.
Yep, just a little bit of a lag issue. But I think that's the game plan for UOG Babaducks, trying to find isolated members and also at the same time just seeing where they can push. You know, trying to attract maybe UOG Team 2 elsewhere, as we do see something that might be going on here. Biba Michael in the top lane once again.
Definitely Biba Michael looking for another fishing play here onto the Cursed One. He does use the red ward to find out if there's any wards, and he's going to go in. Q hits, and then maybe a taunt. Oh, the E towards him, but hey, there's Yaxter.
Yaxter!
Oh, but he ulties out. Ooh.
Yeah, so the one thing that I was curious there, I was wondering, you know, if Jarkoons was in range to kind of bring him to the Shadow Realm, you know, does that actually prevent Yon from actually getting out of bounds so that he, you know, you could still trap him in the circle? I mean, Jarkoons might not be able to 1v1 him, but it does keep him prolonged there for the rest of his teammates to kind of like get into the fray later afterwards. So
definitely, I'm pretty sure Jarkons could have sent him to the Death Realm. I bet he was probably just a little nervous because if he did that, he probably would have sacrificed himself. Right. But like you said, I think that may have been UOG Babaducks' first, or well, not first, but second kill possible. And it does look like this top lane is very volatile. But as you say that, Yaxter getting caught on the rotation to bot lane. Jakey with another kill is now on a killing spree.
Oh, and then there's also another kill by Willow. That's a lot of power.
Wow, Willow being able to hit him with a Void Seeker straight onto Immortal's face, ulting, Q damage, and that is that ability. This is one of those builds that I was talking to you about where Kaisa has like 4 different things going on.
Yep.
So this is the one where...
Ooh, the Riptide into the knockup, into Willow just taking it all, and dude, Screenshot.
Right now, we're just going to take a little quick pause. We wanted to commemorate Crimson Comet's Nautilus Toyota hitbox, but it seems like the game is back.
And Biba Michael, I don't think that was the greatest play, as we do see Willow driving the Rift Herald into the inhibitor. Oh, there's the fog from Immortal trying to get some damage there, but unfortunately, it's just not enough. Dude, this is insane. Oh my god.
Definitely, UOG T2 is really pushing that lead that they have with their champions. One of those fun things of that Rift Herald going Mario Karting, as we like to say.
Yep.
Willow over there taking a quick little joyride to get the inhibitors before finishing off the rest of the people on UOG Babaduck.
Yeah, I mean, dude, right now it's gonna be it really is a tough fight for UOG Babaducks, but overall, hopefully they're still having fun. You know, still being a part of the tournament. Huge thing to undertake, and so as we can see, we're seeing a lot more laning phases, way more than over, but there's a lot of grouping here. As you can see, we do have 3 members up in top lane. We have Biba Michael, Jarkoons looking for the Curse One, or in this case it's Cured One. I'm guessing supposed to be Cursed One. So
yeah, funny thing is, it's again but the Nautilus hitbox hits Immortal again.
Immortal, not so Immortal this time around, is gonna be going down,
well, it looks like
as they're gonna be chasing. Wait a second, Jakey coming over. There's a flash going up. Maui coming in. There's the knockup, the last breath. Oh, and Jarkoons getting rooted. Sorry, not gonna be denied there. And oh man, that's 4 members going down for Team Babaducks. And the last one left is, oh my god, Willow. Somebody call Will Smith because Willow's on fire. Jesus H.
Ace by the side of UOG T2, and it looks like, was Crimson Comet caught or was Babaducks caught?
Right.
Definitely. What a great first game to see by both sides, really pushing the limits of their champions, really giving us a great first game here for the stream. And it looks like UOG T2 kind of playing with their food a little bit, patting them stats, you know.
Right, they're really going in there, Babaducks. Just, they don't want this to end. They're like, I want 1 kill. Give us 1 kill. We only have 1. We want 2. We want to make it 2, please.
Come
Give it
on
to
now,
us.
Jargoons. Give it that second kill onto Maui there.
Jargoon's really cool, really close, but Jakey unfortunately takes the kill. It's gonna be an ace. It's gonna be Channel 27 Nickelodeon. So what?
Oh man, UOG T2 coming out swinging on game 1.
Yeah, that was an insane game. Honestly, it was fun seeing how each team tried to play their way.
Yep.
Definitely a lot of dominance from Team 2, just because I feel like they're really comfortable with the Rift, with the team. They know what their objectives are, and they're like you mentioned, they're just comfortable on those champs.
Definitely, and it was actually a comp that they built together off of this confidence in their players to be able to play these mechanically gifted champions like Yasuo, like Yone, and Diana, whatever that one's like, 1-2 buttons, Nautilus,
Right.
1-2 buttons,
Right.
CC King down there in bot lane, but the carries on this team for UOG T2 really started to shine. Everyone had their moments, with the Curse one, kind of like sitting in there, neutralizing the lane, getting out of those ganks. Jakey with the flashy plays, like his air blade in the mid lane.
Yeah.
And this kid's on fire.
He was on fire. I mean, we also got to hand it down to like the bot lane. Willow being hella on fire, man. Just getting all those kills, being able to capitalize on a lot of the CC, especially provided by Crimson Comet. It was just following up after following up. I feel like there was a lot of like just being able to assert their strengths and being confident in those fights. They definitely didn't stray away from like taking on a fight, and they just knew where they would spike in power to know that they can actually overcome those obstacles.
Definitely. And as we get into it, there is still going to be another game played. UOG Baba Ducks still has one more possible game to turn this game from a 2-0 to a 1-1.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and we'll take a quick break so we can wrap up and get ready for game number 2.
All right, stick around.
And we are back. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, athletes, students, monsters. I don't know what you guys are out there doing, but we are back for game 2 of UOG T2 versus UOG Baba Ducks.
Yep, right now it is 1-0 going to UOG Team 2. We do have like a bunch of huge players that were able to shine in Team 2. We do have pretty much... we have Maui. We got, being able to go in with it as a jungler, going able to get those ganks in, and also securing a lot of the objectives. And then especially, dude, man, Jakey on that Yasuo, well, it's clean as hell.
Oh, man, definitely Jakey on Yasuo is something that people may need to look at when it comes to ban phase.
Right.
It is a champion of comfort. I feel like that is probably his #1 pick besides his favorite Kayn.
Oh,
but he's not
shoot.
a jungler, so he doesn't. He's not jungling for this team at the moment, so he's not playing Kayn. But
I see.
It is a champion that that Baba Ducks may need to take a look at, because I felt like if there were a couple of key players, it was Jakey and Maui and also Crimson Comet, setting up everything for the bot
That's
lane.
true. I mean, he did help Willow get a lot of those kills in. And Willow being able to capitalize on a lot of those things is just amazing. So, I'm not counting out the Baba Ducks just yet. I mean, they do want to keep on fighting, and I love that for them. So I'm excited. I mean, we're about to get into the draft, so yeah, let's go see what they're going to come up with in terms of picks and bans.
Yeah, definitely. I was speaking to some of the members here in the arena of Baba Ducks, and I was just like, wow, dude, you guys played well for your first game.
Yeah.
It is those first game nerves. Everyone's never both teams have never played a competitive game ever yet. So this is like, whoa, this is so different. And seeing both teams collide, it's amazing.
Nice.
So let's go ahead and get into game 2's drafting phase.
Awesome. So we're going to be going, it's going to be UOG Baba Ducks on the blue side this time around. They do get the first pick and ban. So let's see what they're planning on doing here. I mean, they did experience the Yone. They did experience the Yasuo. I think that they might be looking to ban those champs unless there's more, daunting champs that they don't want to deal with. Like you said, I mean, in the top lane, the cursed one, banning out the Darius, banning out the Aatrox, right? Those still might be on the table, but unless they're planning on doing, unless they want to just cater to this game, I feel like they're going to have to really choose exactly who they want to kind of put more effort in taking out or like limiting them in terms of their power. You know what I mean?
Definitely. And, if there was like a champion that I felt like had a little bit less of an impact, it was that Yone. I didn't really see much work. It wasn't that it was a bad pick, but it was not really an influential pick either.
I mean, he really didn't need to do much, right?
Yeah.
Like there was a lot of
That's
impact
true.
as throughout most of the game. He did hold his own whenever he did get ganked. So
That's true.
right? So I feel like they could just keep the Yone, right? They might just leave the Yone still be open. But here's the first ban. We do see, once again, the Aatrox ban.
The Aatrox ban, yeah. Like, they're definitely not going to play this. He's not going to be allowed to play his favorite bruisers because it's something that they are not comfortable on. And we do see UOG T2 hovering the Jinx ban. Now, with this Jinx ban, what that is saying to me is there may have been a substitution. So UOG Baba Ducks does have a substitute. Her name is Glitchy.
Okay.
And she is a ADC main currently right now who plays things like Jinx and Senna.
I see.
So that there may have been a substitution. I don't know completely, but we'll figure it out. We do see Baba Ducks again getting rid of the Darius. They don't want to see it.
Yeah. And then, dude, a really quick ban here from UOG Team 2, banning out the Ahri. Now, I'm kind of surprised here. Is it going to be in the mid lane? Is it going to be
Some top lane weird stuff,
Is
shenanigans.
Is it Yaxter the one who actually really plays Ahri here? Is that what it is? But you mentioned the top lane. Is Ahri played in top lane now?
I mean, if you're playing that AD Ahri thing with the static shiv and all that, then maybe, you could, right?
Okay.
But realistically, Ahri is just this mid lane ban because it's like one of the most picked and probably one of the strongest mid laners at the moment. Not even just from Guam meta, but just meta in general.
I see.
There's been just all over the world globally that Ahri is banned. And we do see TF was recently banned as well. TF being one of those mid laners who is rising in priority. I don't know if you ever seen the 80 TF thing that was going on for the last few patches.
I have not
that
seen
thing
it.
was a bully. Let me tell you, him getting 3 items before 20 minutes because of his passive, insane.
Oh, because of the coins.
Yes,
And
the
he
coin
does
stuff.
get gold from his passive. I do know that.
Yep.
But dude, that sounds insane to me. I mean, I've been familiar with ADTF, especially Machine Gun TF back in the
yes.
day. Man, that was something that was really fun. I'm not sure if now it's just hard hitting cards. Maybe he throws like golden slabs at them now. I don't know.
Yeah, that's basically what it was. Back in when the patches previously for ADTF, they buffed his ratios.
I see.
So he had like insane AD ratios on his E and his Q. So when he did like come out with like Static Shiv, Storm Razor, and all these Shiv items, he would hit you like a truck up front.
Right.
And you wouldn't do anything because you get gold carded.
Oh, I see. And then it's just a full-on combo of just getting whack, 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 whack.
Yeah,
you know?
basically.
Right.
So we do see the first pick up for UOG Babadux is that Senna. So I do think Glitchy is now playing in the game.
I see.
She loves Senna. It's one of her favorites. She was a support main who is recently transferring over to AD.
Wow.
And so Senna is just one of those AD carries that you can transfer to both lanes. So it's perfect.
Perfect.
And we do see UOG T2 is opening up with the Lucian Nami, the most standard of standard bot lane comps you can go with.
Right.
And super scary in the right hands. Lucian Nami is no joke for real.
Of course, I mean, especially with Nami, you know, when she does have her ability to like empower the next few autos, especially for your AD carry, and Lucian does have that passive, the double hit, you know, so it is gonna do a lot of damage. A combo that I honestly don't enjoy dealing or fighting against, but. You know, I guess they do have the Leona and the Senna in the bot lane. We have a little bit of range. We have some poke here, right? And then we do have a little bit of the hard engage, kind of going against the you know, we have the hard engage tank versus the Enchantress, right?
Definitely.
But, you know, to be able to kind of engage, I don't know, it feels like a little bit of like anti-synergy for me, just because, you know, Senna doesn't really hit hard early, right? She scales more into the game. And I'm not quite sure like what is the game plan here to have Leona in the bot lane. Is it just so that to capitalize in terms of for ganks, right? To help support for team fights. Maybe that's the game plan they're trying to do. I mean, you can follow up with the Senna route and then going in with the engage with Leona. So that might be the game plan. But we do see the Talia pickup. And then also we do see the Udyr pickup. Honestly, love Udyr. That's one of my champs back in the day. But, dude, this is rework Udyr.
Yes,
I don't know Udyr now. I'm excited to see what he does. The only knowledge I know about Udyr, which I don't think is even closely resembles what he is now, is from TFT, because that's the only thing I know about him.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't slam people in this game like he does in TFT.
Okay, cool.
So Udyr is actually currently it's a flex pick. You can play it in the jungle, or you can even play it in the top lane like an AP tank.
Right.
So more than likely with this Zed pick, what that says to me is that this is going to be an AP tank top laner Udyr, but I've actually never seen the Cursed One play Udyr, so I don't know if that's actually his pick. I think this might be a Maui thing.
Right.
So definitely Zed, actually not a champion I know Jakey for. I don't think I've actually ever seen him pick up Zed ever, because I know him as the Airblade brothers, not this one. But I guess if you played those two, you probably play Zed too, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of the things up, and we kind of lose connection here. I'm not sure what had happened there, but we're going to try and bring it back up. But in the meantime, on the bottom, we did see also an Ornn ban and a Yasuo ban, so it kind of explains why Jakey's not going to be taking the Yasuo this time around, because it is banned. However, last pick and ban, they did ban out the Pantheon. Now it is free for the taking, and it does seem that is what I believe that they're going to be taking top lane for Babadux.
Definitely, it could either be a top laner or it could be the jungle pick for Biba Michael.
Right.
I know he does play a lot of Pantheon. And there it is.
There's
our answer.
Yep.
So it is going to be the Gnar in the top lane. So with this Mordekaiser hover, this does explain what the picks and bans are going to be. It looks like it's going to be an Udyr jungle with the Mordekaiser in the top lane. And now we know what the lanes are going to look like. So Babadux has actually gone with this very team fight oriented comp. You know, they have the Senna for the long range ADC. They have the Leona to help facilitate all-ins alongside Talia to kind of stop any engages with their worked ground.
Right.
And just a really solid mage overall.
Yeah.
And then you have the Pantheon and the Gnar, who are also going to be looking to try to just go all in and kill that one main target.
Yeah.
We do see on the side of UOG that their top laner, Mordekaiser, he is known to play comfort Mordekaiser.
Okay.
So they're looking to really put that Udyr maybe AD.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing that I do see, especially on the side of UOG Babadux, is that they do have that global engage, that global power. We do have the Talia. She could ride the wave, get in, trap him.
True.
And then also at the same time, we have the Pantheon Starfall. I think it's Starfall. I forget. Remind me.
I
know
don't
it's just his.
remember, to be honest.
It's his ult.
His ulti that goes
basically
down.
his ult. So yeah, he does come in, right? He can also heavily engage. It's like you're never safe.
Yes.
Right? So
These sidelines are definitely not the lanes you want to be caught out by yourself in.
Exactly. So I feel like with UOG Babadux, there's a lot of like in terms of there's a lot of macro play that can go on, right? There's a lot of engages and a lot of ganks that can happen throughout the map, and they can easily get to where they want to be. So I think that gives them an upper hand. However, I'm not counting out UOG Team 2. They have that prowess, that confidence, the strength, and they have Udyr, which I love. But but besides that, right? No, but besides that, they've just been very confident in just how they engage and how they actually lane. Right, and also grow in terms of pushing their lead. So maybe we'll see a different game. I hope to see a different game. I want to see basically UOG Babadux kind of show UOG Team 2, hey man, even though we're recreational, we can stand up.
Yes, definitely. I really do hope that Babadux has this plan of being able to target their side lanes. I think what they really noticed was in that game one, especially with like the cursed one, always constantly being far forward in the lane, it is easy to gank. So I think that is their whole target plan. Is like, hey, we have Pantheon, we have Talia. We're going to go to top lane, and we're going to make sure this guy cannot escape this time. They do have the point-and-click stuns.
Yep.
So with that Pantheon, and they also have the Gnar that's able to kind of just play from a distance, keep poking at him with this Q.
Right.
And we also do have the Talia. Like, once Biba Michael's Pantheon hops on someone, and then Talia does the flip back, that guy's dead. Like, that's going to be instant burst right there.
Exactly. So there is like a lot. There is on the side of UOG Babadux. There's definitely that kind of danger lurking in the bushes, right? And where they can just come out of nowhere and surprise and just respawn. But I think that they're just gonna have to find those opportunities, because UOG Team 2, man, they're gonna keep you in lane. They're gonna push in your wave, right? I know that's what they want to do, and then they're just gonna whatever is available to them. Either they're gonna take they're gonna go and take the objectives on the sides, whether it be the Grubs or the Rift Herald or the Dragons, right? I feel like that's what we're looking at as we even once again go see through the tournament draft once again. It looks like everybody's just picking for themselves. So yeah. I mean, everybody, it's comfy. It's nice.
I mean, when we have the third-party tool of Pro Draft to be able to help with that drafting issue, it really is. It's just a matter of them just going through what they already had picked in Pro Draft. So it's kind of just quick and easy.
Yeah.
So we don't have to wait another 10 more minutes just to get these champions picked.
Yep. And so Jarkun's on Gnar, and then also Biba Michael on Pantheon. We're seeing a new lineup, a new set of champs to be played for this game. We have seen Mordekaiser, but it was in the hands of Jarkun. Now it's in the hands of Cursed One.
Definitely.
So we're going to see some differences. We're going to see how, especially because it's a whole different team setup.
Definitely. Like, both teams have kind of flipped the script on how they want to play the game. The side of UOG T2, they had very lane dominant. They want to win through the 2v2 skirmishes. But I feel like when I see this comp of Udyr, Mordekaiser, Zed, Lucian, Nami, this is more of like we're looking for picks now.
Yep, they are.
They want to catch that one person out, kill him, and then move to objectives for sure.
For sure. I mean, if I remember correctly, especially with Udyr is definitely a monster in terms of like dueling power, right? And then also just being able to just go in side lanes and just I'm gonna just push and I'm gonna take things all that I want and then I'm gonna run away and do my own thing. He still has bear stance, right?
Yeah, he has it.
Okay, all right. As long as he still has the bear stance, I think I'm happy with that. But yeah, definitely not as much. Definitely not as much team fighting. I won't say capability, but team fighting strength on the side of Team 2. We are looking like mini skirmishes, 1v1s, 2v2s. That's what we're looking at as opposed to on the side of UOG Babaducks. We do have some team fighting power.
Yep.
So that might be able to surprise UOG Team 2. But overall, I'm excited to play. I'm excited to see it.
Definitely. And the side of like UOG Babaducks, they have so much CC that they can work around. Literally every champion has some form of hard CC. You have the Nard being able to stun people into the wall.
Right.
You have the Pantheon's point and click. You have Talia's flip back and stun. Senna's W that roots people.
Right.
And then just Leona.
Yeah, Leona is just a stun in general, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like I'm very excited to see this team comp. But before we get into the game, of course, let's go ahead and thank our sponsors for helping us keep this stream alive and being able to provide these games to you. So we have GTA, Global Recycling Center, the Pacific Federal Management, the NACE Esports, Pacific Data Systems, MacTech, Twitch, Laddie Esports, the UOG Endowment Foundation, the University of Guam Triton Store, Heavy Hitters, and last but not least, Micronesian Brokers Incorporated.
Yeah, shout out to them once again. We are going to be throwing their names up throughout the stream, and it's just because we are so grateful. Grateful for the opportunity to be able to continue this, especially here at the University of Guam. But, shout out to them, and I think we can just move on to, is it an ad? Are we doing an ad? We're doing an ad.
Doing an ad.
Shout outs to the ads. Woo. Check it out.
What you came for, blood on the game bow. Everybody drop it like rainfall. This is your moment, eyes on a puppet. Can't think, chest just open. And you're singing your praises, la la la. Screaming your name, la 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 la. One more step, you're immortal now. 'Cause once you play God, once you play God, they're gonna crumble one by one. Then we gonna ride right into the sun like it's the day my kingdom come. Baby, where? Say we. Hey, welcome to the big show. Next on the ladder, is your name in the
Hi, I'm Kayla, and I'm one.
And we are back. Sorry about the quick delay. We were having a little technical difficulties, but it looks like we are now able to get back into the game. We're currently loading it up. But how excited you are for Game 2, Ark?
Dude, I'm super hyped for Game 2. I mean, new set of champs, new set of different sides. I know that sometimes sides can be like a variable, right?
Definitely.
Especially when you see in pro play, right? Pro play, the sides do make a difference as opposed to like what objectives to take and how to actually go in and engage. But you know what? I could be wrong just because that was like last season, especially because
No, I
especially
mean,
when you looked at Worlds, right?
I mean, it doesn't matter about this, like which season it is. Side selection is always going to be dependent on like the different types of drafts that you can pick, the different types of play style. You know, because blue side always gets first pick,
Right.
but red side always has counter pick.
Right.
So it's like it really just depends on how your team functions and how they can draft. Excuse me, how they can draft to make sure that they get these games underway and situated, and you know, it's going to be very interesting for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm really excited to see well, basically just the ones who we're going to be focusing on. I mean, you did mention that Glitchy is new,
Yes,
right?
definitely.
So new player. So I'm going to be expecting something different this time around. And as we are still trying to get into the game, we're still kind of struggling a little bit. Come on, Rito, fix your client. Come on, guys.
Yeah, guys, it's just it's currently just a spectator bug, and also just the client itself, man. Like, it's having so many issues lately, especially with our scrim videos. Like, we just can't get these games forward. So it looks like we're still having a lot more issues. We are probably just going to go ahead and go take another quick break so that we can try to fix this on the back end. So please do not go anywhere as we get back into game number 2.
Yeah. Just give us a second. Hopefully we'll get back right into it. And, maybe get some food while you're at it,
Definitely. Can't go wrong with chowing some good, delicious food while waiting for a game.
All right. So take us away.
This is Jules, VP of a ketchup company, about to use Grammarly to handle a PR issue. Ketchup's not.
Tomorrow is a hope, never a promise.
trip to Incheon. Explore the nature, explore the food, explore Incheon with Agoda.
This is what you came for. Blood on the game bow. Everybody drop it like rainfall. This is your moment. Eyes on a puppet. Can't think, chest just open. And they're singing your praises. La la la. Screaming your name. La 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 la. One more step, you're immortal now. 'Cause once you play God, once you play God, they're gonna crumble one by one. Then we gonna ride right into the sun like it's the day my kingdom come. Baby, where? Yeah, we. Hey, welcome to the big show. Next on the ladder, is it your name in the rafters? Breathe, breathe, breathe. Low and it's silence. Bad guy woke up and chose violence. And they're singing my praises, la la la. Screaming my name out, la la la. This is why we're immortal now. 'Cause once you play God, once you play God, they're gonna crumble one by one. Then we gonna ride right like it's the day my kingdom come. Baby, where? Yeah, we. I'm on my knees, pray for glory. Anyone read this underdog story? I can't lose myself again. Help me raise this sword. I'm brave. Once you play God, but once you play God, they're gonna crumble one by one. Then we gonna ride right into the sun like it's the day my kingdom come. Once you play God, once you play God, they're gonna crumble one by one. Then we gonna ride right into the sun like it's the day my kingdom come.
And we are back, guys. I unfortunately there has to be some spectator delay with the client. We don't know what's wrong. We were trying to fix it here on the back end, but it looks like what's gonna need to happen is we're gonna leave the live stream running, and when the game has finished, we will go into the replay files and watch the replay files from there, where we will begin casting. So we don't know what's gonna happen. We aren't gonna watch the game until later. So maybe just grab a quick lunch or anything like that, and come back in about 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah, man. I mean, good time to get some chow wherever you are. There's some select places. Go through a drive-through. That'll take some time, right? And you know, just hopefully can just come back. Maybe give us like 20 minutes at most, or you might catch us in the middle of the game. So, but either way, we will get this stream still going. So just stick around, grab some food, do whatever you need to do, and we'll be right back.
Definitely. Sorry about that, guys. Buenas and Hafa de Guam. We are back.
I know it hasn't been even like 20 minutes. Luckily, we were able to get what we needed. So so we're gonna be going into the game for game 2. It's UOG Team 2 versus UOG Baba Ducks, and we were finally able to hop right in. Thank you for your patience. I know some of you might be going out for the drive-through run, but if you're still in the car or listening, hey man, we got the game gonna be going on soon.
Definitely, me and Ark here. We're going to be able to give you the play-by-play of everything going on for the next game 2. So our producer has told us it's ready to go, so let's get into it.
Yep, let's hop right in as we shift screens, and there we go.
All right, so again, let's go over the team comps here, Ark. So we do see that the side of UOG T2 has Mordekaiser, Udyr, Zed, Lucian, and Nami, while the side of Baba Ducks has Gnar, Pantheon, Talia, Senna, and Leona.
Yeah, and so definitely it's going to be, like I mentioned, it's a different team, a slightly different team. We do have Glitchy in the factor here for UOG Baba Ducks. I want to see how she plays in terms of this game. It's going to be very different, especially against a very aggressive bottom lane. We do have the Lucian and Nami. It's going to be a little bit tough, but, you know, she does have that range, so she could probably just keep safe, but just got to be able to play the neutral pretty well, or in fighting game terms, the neutral, or just basically laning phase.
Definitely. One of the hardest parts, though, about playing Senna right now in the AD position, at least, she did get nerfed to the amount of souls that she receives if she was the one that kills the minions. So I believe it used to be around a 6 to 7% before this patch, but this patch it's now down to a 2 or 3%. So that might actually affect her late game scaling, which as an ADC might hurt. But it does look like she also forgot to buy items. If we pull up the items again, she's sitting on 2 pots but no D-Blade.
Well, you know what? I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt here. That is not forgetting. It's just I'm ready to assert dominance with just 2 potions.
Oh, she definitely was saying, basically, I'm ready to beat some...
Yep.
She didn't need the items.
Glitchy just confident right then and there as we do get it started. So already in the laning phase, not much happening going around. We do have Immortal just chilling out in the brushes. You know, not really trying to attract some attention, but it is going to be both red side start. As we do see Maui going for the Raptors here. Man, he looks so much cooler. Definitely different from the pre-rework, you know.
Definitely looks like Lucian and Nami are going to get the level 2 advantage here. Senna
That's
getting jumped
good.
on by Lucian.
Yep.
And Leona getting the stun off, but it looks like Senna walks away
limping,
but at least is still alive.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I'm kind of like, it's kind of rough here, is that like Lucian and Nami are going to want to push in your waves. You know, they're going to be rushing levels. And the best way to handle that, I mean, you have Leona, I believe it. I don't think it's called Targons anymore, right?
No,
but
it's not.
you do have the stacks. She can help with the stacks to even out the wave a little bit, so that she doesn't fall. She doesn't get pushed too hard in.
Definitely.
Right?
So like the new item is called World Atlas, at least a little paper, and it turns into like 5 different items.
Okay.
So it's basically like, I guess, World Atlas stacks.
Okay. No, we brought in the Almanac. I don't know why, but we can finally see the world. I guess that's what they're trying to go for here, as we do see Jarkun's getting pulled in a little bit. But, dude, kind of tripped up Curse one there. Didn't expect to be pulled, as we got Mega Gnar in status right now, going to be reverting back. But, you know, still chilling up here in the top lane. Not much going on. Seems like also in mid lane, pretty decent.
Definitely, it looks like both Yaxter and Jakey are kind of going at it. This lane is a little bit more favored towards Zed, at least in the 1v1. You know, he has so much upfront damage because him being an assassin.
Yep.
And if Yaxter does make one wrong move, maybe walks just a little too far forward, may be able to take an upfront burst damage that the Zed does have. Right there's a little bit of what he can show. Yeah,
exactly. And you gotta also note that with Yaxter does have the TP, much more better in terms of like being able to respond across the map to certain situations. But you have Jakey with the Ignite. So definitely a lot more aggressive side here for UOG Team 2. But you know what? Jake can run fast. He can just hop over walls with them shadows. And so I think that he just thinks, maybe I don't need that TP. I'm just going to be doing my 1v1s and taking you out.
Definitely, and we do see Glitchy here is a little bit low on mana, so she's been kind of using her Qs and her Ws on Cole, but the bubble does hit, but Leona does get the stun onto Lucian, but they're going to go in, all damage, just going straight through. Flash for Willow, first blood for the Lucian.
Wait a second, but then we do have a little bit of burn here, but it's not going to be enough. Oh, wait, actually it is enough. Immortal getting the kill on Willow. God.
Yes, sir. It looks like Immortal was able to hit the trade kill there onto Willow. Glitchy kind of walking a little too far forward, got hit with the bubble there by Crimson Comet, but well played for both teams. You know, the side of UOG Team 2 were able to establish that dominance that they had, especially with Glitchy down an item.
Right.
So the D-Blade missing does actually kind of calculate like she's missing 60 HP,
Right.
which who knows, maybe that 60 HP could have actually saved her there in that fight.
Yeah, especially the damage, the amount of damage, the difference, right? It could have been a factor here, but as we have seen just now, Maui going to be taking the grubs, getting that help from the Curse one because he did push in his wave. Same thing with Jakey. So a lot of good rotating here on the side of UOG Team 2 as both members of mid lane do have their ults up. And wow, it looks like Maui gonna be looking towards getting the dragon. Maybe not after he got spotted out by that ward, but he's just gonna go for little skull crab. Oh, just kidding.
Oh, it looks like Maui is gonna go ahead and go for that dragon. They did get the grub to the top lane, but Yaxter spots him out. They know that he is on dragon, and more than likely they are gonna just give up the priority because they do not have jungler here. He's on the top side.
Yep.
So free Drake for the side of UOG Team 2.
Yeah, man. Biba Michael, he's on. Unfortunately, he just the passing here. He's on the wrong side of the map, especially in regards to just the objectives that are up.
Yep.
Because you know you don't want to be on the opposite side of the map when, for example, Dragon's up. Grubs are not up anymore, right? Usually the response would be just we're gonna be taking the opposite objective, right? That's usually what the notion is, but I think it's just because of the passing.
Yep.
And Maui knows that, so he's taking advantage of the passing that Biba Michael is on right now.
Definitely, and we do see some things going into where Biba Michael is kind of going into the topside jungle here. He is stealing away a Raptors. May be able to look for a gank here because Jakey doesn't have any wards. They don't know that he's actually here right now. Or actually, he may have been spotted traveling, but as far as we know, he is currently chilling.
Yep, but you know the one thing that's kind of tough. Ooh, he's just gonna be spotted out by that ward there though, as Jakey does see Biba Michael in that area. But it looks like he's gonna be passing top. He does do that. He does get the ping, and I think that.
This is definitely going to look like a gank onto the top lane here. We talked about how the Curse one does happen to walk up a little forward. Biba Michael going forward. He is level 5 to the level 7. Stun goes off. Gnar is in Mega Form, so they might not be able to kill him.
Oh,
damage going off.
Going into the Death Realm here, as he's going to have to flash out. It's going to be very close. Oh, he does get the level up, but he's going to be able to walk away.
Oh, that's just that level difference there. Biba Michael just kind of went in just a bit early, but we do see Maui flashing over onto Yaxter. Yaxter getting pulled by Curse One. Maui going for another trade kill. Might be able to kill here. Oh, wait. Jakey getting the final kill there on the top side.
What a good rotation by the side of UOG Team 2, being able to respond and to that gank by just giving in a better counter gank.
Definitely, and but it looks like the bot lane's gonna go in. It looks like Leona's gonna miss her E, but she is gonna get killed by the Lucian Nami. And it's just that Lucian Nami combo. Oh, but
wait,
Biba
Michael on the Starfall. And unfortunately, he's just gonna crumble.
True, and Lucian is gonna go ahead and try to steal that cannon there with the culling. You know, well played though by the side of UOG's bot lane, UOG T2's bot lane. They are using the Nami Lucian combo to really bully out this Senna Leona, which doesn't really have the best early game.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that I was worried about. You know, just being pushed in, being in range, especially with the CC, with the bubble, right? I'm just saying, Crimson Comet has been landing those very well.
Definitely. He, like, for the last 2 games, this game and the one before, he's been setting up his ADC for success for sure. Giving him the bubbles, the Nautilus Qs, the making sure that the E is on top of Lucian so he can get the triple auto passive. It really is starting to show how well mechanically this the support is for the side of UOG T2.
True. So, I mean, we do also see that, well, Cloud Drake was taken. So on the side of UOG Team 2, and we do have a little bit of roaming going around here, or actually just some deep warding. So also looking like Maui just unhindered, being able to take the next set of grubs, just uncontested whatsoever. It's rough, man. It's rough for Biba Michael. He's falling behind.
Definitely, he is falling a little bit far behind. Maui is kind of taking this super massive advantage, and it's going to be 6 grubs for the side of UOG T2, and it's just nothing he can do. It looks like Biba Michael is going to try to fight Maui here, kind of spotting him off, but gives him a little quick hit with the spear and says, nice to see you.
Yep, he's going to say, peace out, Girl Scout, we're out.
Yep, and it looks like,
oh, there it is once again. Like, this is what I've been saying, man. Crimson Comet landing all those bubbles, and look at all of those minions as we do have the culling coming out, being poking out Immortal, who is not so immortal anymore.
UOG's T2's bot lane asserting the dominance all over UOG Babadux's bot lane currently, and they are playing this Lucian Nami with phenomenal mechanics at the moment. As you saw there, when Willow went in and killed Glitchy, they pulled back, waited for cooldowns just so that they can re-dive Immortal on a turret.
Yeah, they did take advantage. They did know their limits there, and they just played it miraculously. So, you know, shout outs to UOG's Team 2's bot lane, doing very well, getting all those kills. As far as the rest of the lanes have been going, you know, Maui, once again, focusing on the objectives, being able to capitalize on when things are up. As you can see, Dragon will be up soon. It's actually up just now, just came up. I think it's Hextech Drake as far as I can see on the map. So that might be something that they're going to be looking towards as we do see the rotations. Look at that. Look at UOG Team 2 already in position for this.
Definitely, and then UOG T2, like, they're on such a massive lead right now. They're almost 6,000 gold in the first 12 minutes of this game, and we do see Yaxter pulling out the wall to kind of try to catch someone off or make sure nothing goes on, but Biba Michael does get in the middle of this team fight. They are trying to get him out. Looks like Talia's going to get hit by the Zed ultimate. Oh, Zed's going to miss all of his abilities, but Lucian with this Ghost and the Crimson Comet.
Ooh, and unfortunately there, it's just that Yaxter walked back in. I'm not sure exactly why, getting killed also by Zed. And man, look at all of those grubs. Dude, this is honestly just, it's not looking good, man. Look at all the damage. That's a lot of gold.
Definitely. It's looking like the nerves of the first game of not trying to make any mistakes, play it slow, is kind of getting to the UOG Babaducks, because UOG Babaducks, their team comp does kind of want to get a few items before they are unlocked.
Yep, and I mean, if you were to pull up the items right now, I'm pretty sure. Look at that. We do have the Eclipse on Zed. We do have the Kraken Slayer available, and we also even have a Rylai's up here in top lane for the Cursed One. So, and we have is Banner.
No, that's Imperial Mandate.
Imperial Mandate. Shoot. Why did I think Banner Command? That thing hasn't existed for years. I'm just, you know, call
stuck
me a
in those
boomer.
2010 days.
I'm stuck in 2010, man. I need to.
Oh, but look at this.
Oh, wait a second. There's a shutdown.
Willow getting caught out by Biba Michaels, using the Starfall to get an advantage. And this is that one thing that we were talking about in the early game that the side of UOG Babaducks does have. It's this ability to traverse the map in multiple different areas, find these creative ganks. But as I say that, Biba Michael might get caught out here by the side of UOG B. Oh, UOG T2, the wave is going to come out by Nami.
And there's a death mark, and it's going to be going to Zed. Wow, Jakey, super clean there. Didn't even need to get that pop.
Definitely decided Jakey able to reach just the bare minimum on the
Yep.
side of Baba Ducks, where Glitchy was just a little too far forward. But honestly, that's just that's just an assassin versus an ADC. Kind of sucks, you know. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter where in the map. You could
Yep.
be in your base and you still get sniped by some assassin.
Exactly. You know, it's just, unfortunately, it's just a 1-2, and you're out. You know?
1-2 buckle my shoe. He really went in there. But again, like what we were talking about is that UOG Baba Ducks, they have this comp with their mid and jungle. As soon as we say that, Willow does slay Yaxter down in the mid lane. Yaxter probably walking a little too far forward, trying to save his turret. But Baba Ducks, they have this Pantheon, they have this Talia that want to play these side lanes. They want to get to top, they want to get to bot, and impact those lanes like what they did with getting that first kill onto Willow.
Yeah, as you can see here, I mean, look at that. Like, Maui's just in the jungle, just being able to do whatever he wants. And oh, there's an engage, but I don't know if Viva Michael wants to really be in there. He's gonna have to flash out. Is he safe? Who could say? Probably not. So there's the engage. As we can also see in the Death Realm is gonna be Jarkoons. He's gonna get that ult off, gonna be stunning, gonna be pulled in as he is out of the Death Realm, gets the flash out. Uh-oh, people are engaging a little bit too late. And Yaxter, oh no, there's a tsunami wave.
Yaxter found the gray screen again. I don't know. I don't know if there's any color looking like in his game, but it's definitely not looking right for the other side of UOG Baba Ducks. And it looks like Crimson Comet is going to hit that bubble onto Immortal there.
At this point in time, I'm pretty sure in terms of the Baba Ducks, it's now the Bubble Ducks.
The Baba Ducks are definitely going to have to return to the pond after this one and kind of rethink their strategy on how they could play the team fights, the lanes together.
Yes, and I know it's definitely it's different in terms of like trying to navigate what is the best option here. It really does seem like, you know, it's rough. Like they want to go in, they want a team fight. Look at this. We do have the engage by Immortal. Immortal getting stuck, getting to have to flash out. We do have the culling coming out, and there's the death mark. Oh no, where is the damage? It's going to be coming out, but good use of the Aegis shield being able to reduce a lot of that damage as he just walks out.
Definitely, UOG Baba Ducks there was kind of out of position. You know, when you're this far behind and this pushed in, that jungle is no longer your jungle.
It is not at all, as I would like to say. Look at what we got right now. We still also have some objective bounties for them to claim. We could try to get some turrets here, but you know, I feel like it's just scary because it's hard to be in just one specific lane by yourself pushing. But you know, something has to happen here because otherwise you fight as a team, but unfortunately you don't have enough resources for your team to level up.
Definitely. The side of UOG Baba Ducks, their team comp is kind of set to have this jungle mid dominate the early game. And now that their early game isn't as what it was planned, they kind of do not have a way to get back into this game. Like, realistically, they just have to hope and pray that their CC hits perfectly so that they can CC lock the most important characters. And it looks like Viva Michael is going to get caught by the bubble there. Has to use the shield the Aegis. The wave does come out, but nothing is going to come out of it except for some damage. But Yaxter, walking too far forward, gets hit, sent to the death realm by the Mordekaiser.
Oh, and
but he's ulting out.
Gonna be ulting out, gonna be trying to get some distance away. But the team of UOG Baba Ducks is falling one by one as the culling is coming out. Glitchy being able to glitchify herself out of there, but still alive. I don't know if they're gonna be able to do anything with this option. They still have the Rift Herald. It's time to play some Mario Kart as they're walking and marching their way down to the final towers. Oh, wow. Look at that.
Definitely a strong performance by the UOG T2 competitive team here on the first game of streams. Really showing how much they've been putting in the practice to really solidify themselves as the competitive team. And we do see Willow does kill Viva Michael off here onto the side. Glitchy does die. Maybe Yaxter might die to Maui here. But it's going to be a double kill for the Willow. And it looks like Yaxter does get the trade kill onto Jakey here.
And then I don't know if he's going to be able to do anything. Unfortunately, it's going to be a quick game. 19 minutes, 23-4 in terms of going to UOG Team 2.
Yes.
Wow.
first game of the day for the side for the UOG tournament, and what a banger of a series we had. Yes, they may have looked like complete stomps for both games, but it doesn't matter. What matters is that we got to see both teams try their best, really put their foot out there and show that they're ready to play.
Exactly. And you know what? It's just the first round.
Yeah,
Right?
It's just, they got weeks left. They still got 4 weeks,
They
4 or 5
have
weeks.
time to look over the VOD, maybe see what has gone wrong, where they can improve.
Exactly.
Right? So honestly, it's still a learning lesson. You, especially if you're up against somebody who's already like very well experienced, you get to learn from those matches and what you can do better. Right?
Definitely.
So shout outs to UOG Babaducks. I know they did their best. They got 3 kills. Bro, if that was me, I'll be happy with 3 kills.
I'd be happy with 1.
Exactly. You know, they got 1 kill last game. They got 3. Big, huge improvement.
Exactly. And that's always gonna end the games here, guys. We want to thank you for being able to sit through all the technical difficulties. I know it was kind of a butt blaster and sitting down waiting for seeing how game 2 is gonna happen, but we appreciate all the support. And of course, the support all goes down to the people that help keep this stream alive. GTA, Global Recycling Center, the Pacific Federal Management, NACE Esports, Pacific Data Systems, MacTech Guam, Twitch, Laddie Esports, the UOG Endowment Foundation, University of Guam Triton Store, Heavy Hitters, and last but not least, Micronesia Broker Incorporated.
Yep. Shout outs to them once again. I feel like is that the only game that we're covering for this time around, or are we going to be going into another game?
Yeah, so that might be the last game for the night. I mean, there is a possibility that we could get another one. We'll just have to see if the casters are available and the production team are available. And if we can get that game, visit us back in about 30 minutes when the next game might be able to happen.
All right, so yeah, just stick around, maybe turn on those notifications, and then you'll see whether or not we're going to be getting another round of, well, the UOG Triton Esports tournament to be underway.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
We all start somewhere. We start with the day. We start with him. We start with family. We start with a lesson. And the perfect wave. We start here and here. We start at your office and your home. We start with the connections that matter the most, the ones that move us, change us, inspire us. In an ever-expanding world, personal connections are what tie everything together, what ties us together. We all start somewhere. At GTA, we start with you.